Hello all, today we'll be looking at ODTMauser's game, who is a 600 elo player. We'll be looking at where he went wrong and how can we fix it. So let's dive in. So he plays black. Opponent start with e4. He played the Sicilian defense. Opponent decided to move his queen early on. And black decided to push a pawn, indirectly protecting this pawn. Okay, knight being developed. Attack the queen. Queen move away. Develop the knight, attack the queen. Queen move again. And black continue with development. And then white decided to develop his knight, maybe hoping for an attack, but there's just really nothing. If the king castle, yeah, this pawn is protected. Black decided to develop his queen and okay, knight go here, attack the queen. Queen move again for safety. And black decided to develop a knight. Okay, some pawn push, which unnecessary. I think it's better to just develop the bishop and just castle for the opponent. So black decided to take a free pawn. Also attack the queen, and so the queen retreat one more time. And now black decided to push a pawn attacking this knight. Even though the computer says good, personally I don't like it because once the king castle, then there's this white square weakness. Okay, take, castle. Knight is attacked, and now black retreat. Personally, I prefer going here, and then having a threat to fork the king and the rook. I think it's just more accurate. But this is not that bad. Okay. And this bishop is stuck, so you need to find a way to develop the bishop. Oh, pushing a pawn. So generally, I don't like this move, even though the computer says best, because it can get really chaotic. Now, these two pawns are your center pawn. And this is a pawn on the C file, not a center. So basically, if you go here, if he take, you take, you're just basically trading this pawn with this pawn. So your pawns are no longer as centered. I would have preferred the pawn going here, which is also good. And maybe put the rook here, bishop here, go here, attack the queen. When you have a white square bishop, pawns on dark squares give it more mobility. Okay, so I think what black was trying to do is that if this opens up, there's a check, but there's just too many pieces. So even if there's a check, you're just helping the opponent develop a piece so that he can castle. But let's continue. So black pushed the pawn, white took, and black took with the knight. And I think the computer says inaccurate because if white took, you take, he developed the bishop, now he's ready to castle. And there's just no threat. I think the better move is to take with the pawn. And now if he does this, you have a threat of pushing this pawn. And this knight have to move. And it's not comfortable for this knight on where to go. Like he could go here, but you can push a pawn. If he goes to the edge, then he's just being sad and also just being taken. He could undevelop, but that's just bad. Going here, push a pawn. And if you go here, trade the knight off, I guess. And I don't know, develop a bishop. Anyhow, let's continue. Main line. Trade. And now the bishop is developed. And the opponent maybe want to go for this, but there's really no tactic here because the knight defend backward, and if there's a rook here, maybe this might work, but there's just nothing. Very good move. Okay, push the knight back. So wasted a tempo by bringing the knight here And now here and just being sad. Push the pawn. Push this bishop away. Control the center. Very good. Okay. Opponent reroute the knight. And now black decided to push his pawn. Black decided to push his rook to d6, which I don't agree because this pawn is no longer guarded. So this could be a weakness one day. Personally, maybe it'll be better to put the rook to the center. Slow play this. Maybe put the bishop back so that the queen defend this, and maybe one day put the knight onto b4, opening this bishop to the queen and trade some knights off. Anyhow, let's continue. Okay, so now, like I said, this is a weakness and this is a weakness. Two weakness, hard to defend. So black decided to push the pawn to attack the queen, not knowing what to do, but he's gonna lose the pawn. Okay. Black retreated, attacked the queen, hoping to chase her away. And now this pawn is attacked again. So black decided to shuffle his bishop around. And now he lost his other pawn. One pawn down. Black decided to move his rook and protect the pawn. And now white is going for the attack. His king is safe. He has some ammunition to go for the attack. So yeah, so this is now attacked twice and only defended once. So black put his rook here, which looks a bit funny because this bishop is preventing the connection of these two rooks. So if this knight ever move, this queen is gonna take it. Maybe a better move would be queen to c7. It's giving balance. It's an accuracy. Yeah, this is worse for black. Okay, anyway, let's continue. And so white decided to offer a trade. Black took. White took. And black decided to put his king onto f7. Now, I don't like this because if the king is closer to the center when the queen is not traded off, there's just so much surface area attack. Like, you know, opponent can go for this kind of attack. He, and he. So there's like 8 surface attack. Whereas if your king is here, they can only attack you from the top, diagonal, here, and maybe here, which is about 5 surface. The king is actually more safer if he go to h8, I think. Well, maybe not now because I don't know. Why is this a blunder? Oh yeah, it's because of this. But yeah, I don't mean now, but I prefer not to put the king here so early on. Oh yeah, the rook is attacked. So maybe it's best to threaten the queen instead. Yeah, this is probably a better move, according to computer. Chase the queen away and maybe take the knight. Anyhow, let's continue. So opponent move his king, not addressing this threat. Take the rook. Take the knight. And now opponent decided to push a pawn so that this bishop can run free. And black decided to open the center even further. So now this white square diagonal is really weak with the king in the center or close to the center. Okay. And black decided to move his king even further to the center, using it as an attacking piece. Okay, take. And now opponent pinned the knight to the king. Okay. And okay, so I guess maybe opponent prevent this kind of threat, whatever this is. Okay, move. Okay, so black decided to push a pawn, attacking the queen, maybe to chase her away. And now white pinned the bishop to the king. Okay. And black was trying to do something clever, maybe hoping that we'll take and we lose our queen. And black decided to shift his king away. Maybe this is not as bad, I guess, from a human perspective. And so opponent decided to bring his rook into the open file, maybe going for this kind of attack. Okay, black retreated his knight. Oh, I think I know why the computer say going to f5. It's because it get away from the pin and threaten to take the bishop. Okay. Anyhow, let's continue. Knight retreat. Bishop go to a safer square. Okay, pinning the bishop to the queen. Okay. En passant. Okay, I guess maybe opponent wanted queen. So in this position, I don't know, like it's a very chaotic middle game. I would try to go for the attack while ensuring my king's safety. Don't have too much advice to give here. Just protect all the square that the king might get attacked, I guess. Okay, so black decided to put his knight here. And opponent want to attack the rook. Black retreat. Pinning the queen. Attacking the queen. Check. Okay, retreat. Protect the king. Queen is attacked. Trading everything off, huh? If you are down material, you should avoid trading. So maybe the better move is to move the queen away. Yeah, move the queen away, like f5. Maybe, you know, promote some pawns. Okay, let's continue. Take, 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 take. But black still have a fight because knight are tricky in endgame. And the opponent is slow on time. Okay, so this pawn is attacked. So black decide to protect this pawn. Personally, I might have prefer. Is his better move? Maybe. +3 for opponent. Here is +4. Yeah, I don't like this knight move on c4 because it let the opponent have a pass pawn to queen. But at least here you're like defending your own pawn and yeah, blockade this other pawn. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, so he tried to queen, I guess. And so black decided to push a pawn and have a discovery on this rook. Okay, opponent decided to push a pawn. And this is not good because we can take the pawn, they take, we take. We can retreat back our bishop and queening can happen. But, okay, decided to take the rook first. Oh, I see why this is also okay. It's because if they decide to push a pawn, the bishop can retreat back. Take, push a pawn. We go back. Oh, this is the main line. Okay, so opponent did this. And, oh, okay, pushing a pawn is also good. Is it? Yeah, it's okay, I guess, because you're queening with check. But I think the better move, according to the computer, is taking. Yeah, if they queen, we take back. If they take, yeah, they can do this, but we're gonna queen as well. Okay, so let's go back. Yeah, I think it's because the double pawn is probably worse for the opponent. Okay, anyway, let's continue. So opponent go here. Black decided queen, take, queen, and okay, black is trying to go for some kind of check. Opponent check. Now there's no more attack. Okay. Very fragile position. Okay, attacking the queen. Check. This knight is protected by the queen. Opponent didn't take the bait. So now black decided to go for the check. Okay. Check. 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 And this is, yeah, queen had to take because it's forced move. The king cannot retreat. And then black is gonna win the queen. Yeah, this way worked too. And they dance around for a little bit more and checkmate. So to summarize the game, ODTMauser has developed his pieces really early, so that gave him chances to go for the attack. He also had very good endgame tactical skills where he can convert in a winning position. So areas that he can improve on is his king safety. He didn't need to push the pawn on f7 to attack the knight. By doing so, when he castled, the long-term threat of the white square diagonal has been haunting him in the middle game. He should avoid putting his king to the center of the board. King in the center is generally bad because he has more service level attack. If you put the king towards the corner or the edge, then he has less chance for the opponent to go for the attack. Also, piece coordination could have been a bit better. So, for example, in this situation, instead of moving your knight back to a passive square, look for ways to go for the defense and offense at the same time. For example, going here, defend, attack. That way, your opponent have to waste tempo to defend your threats. Another area where he could have improved on is the piece coordination. For example, putting his rook onto d6 was not a good idea because it blocked the defense of this pawn. If you're not sure what to do, play some kind of waiting move. Maybe develop your other pieces that could be better positioned, or maybe like go for some kind of discovery attack like this, which is better. But generally, ODTMauser played a really good game. Just need to refine his piece coordination and king safety, and I think he'll be on his way to 1000 elo. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I hope to see you in the next one. See you.